even know why I'm here. So he was very nice, and he said to me, well, why don't you start by telling me what's wrong? What are you feeling? And I said, well, for the last 2 weeks, I haven't been able to sleep, and my heart rate won't seem to go under 100, 110. So he looked at me across the table, and he said, you think it has anything to do with that big goiter on your throat? I said, I don't have a goiter. He said, yes, you do. I said, no, I don't have a goiter. And he went and got a mirror. And he said, honey, you've got a goiter. And I had a goiter. If you don't know what a goiter is, it's just a big lump on your thyroid. It's a swollen thyroid. And I was shocked that I had a goiter. And I thought, how is this possible that this thing popped up overnight? Because I certainly didn't see it yesterday when I blew dry my hair, or the day before when I put on makeup in the mirror. How is this possible? But you know, we get so busy in our lives, we do so many things, that we start to ignore ourselves. So consciousness becomes something that just goes by the wayside. What you are all doing here tonight is you're being conscious. You're being aware. You're eating a meal with friends and family, but it's a meal that you consciously know is going to take care of you. And even though as an acupuncture physician, and I was in practice at that point for 8 years, and I had been vegan for 18 years, even though all of that, I woke up with this issue. I didn't realize I ignored this issue. So I said to the doctor, okay, so I've got this thing in my throat, my heart's doing this, what do you guys do about this? And he said, well, it's simple. He said, you take one pill. One pill, one time? Yeah, one pill, one time. Wow, I've never heard of that in Western medicine. One pill, one time, this is great. He said, yeah, it's a radioactive iodine pill. You take this pill. You need to stay away from pregnant women and children for 5 or 7 days. Wow. And the iodine takes the radiation to your thyroid, it kills your thyroid, and you're good. Then your thyroid is dead, and then you go on Synthroid the rest of your life. And I said, okay, great, what's plan B? He said, I have no plan B. There is no plan B. This is what you do. This is what we all do. This is what Graves, he did blood work and all that, and he said, this is what Graves' disease is, and that's what you do. He said, this is not a curable disease. I thought, well, what the hell do you guys cure? Anyway. Diabetes, heart disease, cancer, right? Arthritis, what do they cure? So I said, well, listen, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna figure out how to get rid of this, and, thank you for your time. And he said, it's not gonna happen. And I said, okay, thank you. So my husband and I did some research. We live, of course, here in Florida, and I thought we'll go up to Hippocrates Health Institute in West Palm Beach. And then I thought, I got to get out of Dodge. I just got to get out of Florida. I was nervous, I was anxious. This is all symptoms of the thyroid. Let me go somewhere different. So how many of you have heard of Gabriel Cousens, Dr. Gabriel Cousens? Right? So I thought, Dr. Gabriel Cousens, he's got a great book, he's got awesome documentaries, Simply Raw. I'm going to Cousens. And I did. Flew out there. And I was there about 24 hours. They were doing some testing, blood tests and saliva tests and things like that. I'm sorry? Oh, he's in Arizona, in Patagonia, Arizona. So flew out there, all excited. Didn't realize how incredibly sick I was. And during the time of the testing, I had what's called a thyroid storm. So imagine my heart rate, as I described, 100, 110, imagine it at 140. As a matter of fact, if you guys didn't just eat, I would have you get up, run around the room a few times, and then sit. And the way your heart would feel is how my heart was beating. My blood pressure went through the roof. My body temperature went up to 104, and I thought I was going to die. And there's no phone signal there except to call 911, and there are no phones in your rooms. So I dialed 911. They had a volunteer rescue come, and they transported me an hour and a half to the closest hospital. Called my husband in the meantime. He made flight arrangements to come out to Arizona. They medicated me. They could not give me the, thank God, radioactive iodine at that point. I was too volatile. So they put me on a medication. They put me on a beta blocker to slow down my heart rate. And in the hospital, I was there for 6 days. Actually, I made it through 2 hospitals in 6 days, and I lost 11 pounds. I say it's a woman's favorite disease, right? Because you can eat anything you want and you just burn the calories. But it wasn't very fun. And I came home in a wheelchair looking like one of these pictures. Go sideways. That's how I felt.
Oh my God.
I came home looking like that. And I thought, this is bad. This is bad. I remained on medication, little thin. I remained on medication to keep my symptoms at bay. And I went to Cleveland Clinic, and I saw a doctor there, and he said, here's the deal. He said, your blood work is terrible. You've got 2 thyroid diseases. You've got Graves' disease and you've got Hashimoto's. They're 2 very different thyroid diseases. I got to have them both because I figured go big or go home. He said, you've got 2 thyroid diseases, and you are going to have to stay on this medication between 12 and 18 months. It's going to take that long to calm your thyroid down enough so that we can give you a radioactive iodine pill and kill it again. Or kill it, not again. And I thought, here we go again, the same story. I said, okay, so I've got between 12 and 18 months to fix this problem. And he just kind of smiled. Really, really nice guy, though, I have to say. But he just kind of smiled at me like, no, that's not happening. So my husband and I set out on a quest to figure out how to fix this. These are incurable, what they like to call autoimmune diseases. The body is attacking itself. It's kind of silliness when you think about it, but that's what they call it. So I went from doctor to doctor to doctor. I saw functional medicine doctors. I saw Western medical doctors. I saw Eastern medicine doctors. I talked to naturopaths and chiropractors on the phone. I swiped more credit cards, gave more people my credit card information over the phone and in person than I ever had at Macy's. And the bottom line was no one could help me. They would take a look at my blood work and they would say, you know, honey, really, you probably need to radiate your thyroid when it finally calms down. And then one day I was at a raw food restaurant of a fellow firefighter. And I walked in, I hadn't been there in a while, and I walked in, Rowell Valley at Green Wave Cafe. And he said to me, Rosanne, I heard you've been really sick. I said, yeah. And he said, I need you to call this number. I said, Rowell, you know, I've spent so much money and so much time, I don't even think I can make another phone call. He said, pick up the phone right now, I'm going to watch you, call this number. And I picked up the phone and I called the number, and it took me 2 or 3 months to get an appointment. And when I got an appointment, my husband and I went. It was in Port Charlotte, Florida. And we walked in to this little strip shopping center, to this quaint little office, to this guy who looked like the Colonel from Kentucky Fried Chicken. The white hair, the white goatee, gave me this huge hug, didn't even know him, huge hug, hugged my husband, and he said, darling, why don't you have a seat? Let's see what's going on here. So I told him what was going on, and he said, oh, okay, that's no problem. And I'm crying, and he's going, dear God, she's crying again. This is no problem, we're going to fix this. And I thought, this man is nuts. Or my new Jesus. He's one or the other. Turned out to be my new Jesus. He said to me, Rosanne, do you mind? He goes, I see here on your paperwork, you're an acupuncture physician. He said, would you be insulted if I told you how your body works? I said, no, not at all. Obviously, I'm not doing a good job of it. He said, well, it's really simple. I'm going to make it really simple for you. He said, your body's made up of 3 things. There's 3 ingredients that come together to make you. He said, number one are your cells. You got about 100 trillion of them, and they do a bunch of different things. Your brain does brain things, your kidneys do kidney things, your liver does liver things, and apparently your thyroid does a lot of weird things. He said, then you've got two fluids. One fluid you're very familiar with, that's your blood. You're not feeling well, you go to the doctor, they draw your blood, they look at your blood. You're feeling good, you go for your yearly physical, they look at your blood. They pay a lot of attention to your blood. Funny thing is, out of all the fluid of your body, blood just makes up about a third of it. The next part of your body, the third thing of those three things that make up you, is the other fluid. It's called lymph. Lymph is twice as voluminous as your blood, and we ignore it completely. How often do you go to your doctor and your doctor says, hey, let's check out your lymph fluid today?
No.
It's not like checking your oil. It's a little bit different. He said, now these three things have three different jobs. He goes, your cells, well, they got tons of jobs, so we're not going to get into all those things, but you know they do different things. He said, but your cells have two things in common. Every single one of your cells needs to eat, just like you guys. Every one of you need to eat. You got different jobs, but you all need to eat. He said, and your blood is the delivery system of the nutrition to your cells. So we're going to call the blood the kitchen. So, okay, that's good, I can remember that. He said, now after your cells eat, they have to do something else. Something else we all have in common, hopefully every day, 2 or 3 or more times a day. Hopefully. And that is, every cell has to poop. Every cell has to get rid of its waste. Now, raise your hand really high for me. How many of you poop in your kitchen? Anybody? Okay. No one poops in their kitchen. Good answer. Neither do your cells. Your cells don't dump their metabolic waste into their blood, into the blood. Instead, it dumps it into the lymph. That's the sewer system. So we're going to call the blood the kitchen, we're going to call the lymph the sewer system. And that's where the cells dump their waste. Now, Genesis talked about acidity earlier. This is key. This is very key to understand